Hello everybody, and I'm back again. Welcome. Today I'd like to talk about the gentleman that just died, the one coach that was fired from Penn State for not calling the police, turning in this pedophile dude for touching little boys, and how he passed the information along to people, and now how his name is going to go down in history is the guy that didn't do anything. You see, here's the problem that I have, everybody. You've got the paparazzi, and the paparazzi have cameras in their hand, and there's an edit button, and edit buttons can do a world of damage, because you could just go off and say any statement that you want. You could say anything you want, and people could cut that, make it turn into something else that you said, completely different from what you said. So when we're, as the American public, watching a film or watching a interview on TV or anything like that, what we're doing is we're watching an edited version of what really happened. Let me tell you what I think, okay? First of all, the gentleman that just died at 85 years old, God rest his soul, was a good man, and he was loved by many people, and he had a good name for many years until all this crap happened. And you know, he didn't tell the police, and maybe that is the true story. But check out his generation. Check out where he came from, everybody. Check it out. He came from a time where it was called the Age of Innocence for a reason. People didn't do things like that back in his generation. I remember when I was a teenager walking the streets, and I would hear the old men saying, "Damn these kids," and blasted whippersnappers, and whatever they used to say, because they said a lot of crap, you know. But they said that we as children were getting out of control. And I remember my parents saying that when they listened to rock and roll and Elvis Presley and Little Richard on the television or what have you, the radio, whatever, that the adults back then were saying how different times were changing and how crazy the youth was getting, you know. And then all of a sudden, you know, now we have my generation, and we're looking at this guy and we're like, "You didn't call the police? Oh my God, you didn't call the police." But he even said, "I didn't know what to do, and I didn't know how to handle it. And I'm over here and I passed the information on to someone else so they could better take care of it, because I'm not at all trained or qualified to take care of that type of situation." Now that's what he said. And we just took that, and a lot of people ran with that and just went, "Oh, you didn't know what to do," and all this other stuff, and like really gave this guy a really rough time. Now he's dead, and one can say that he might have even died from a broken heart, because he was loved by so many people, and then in the end everybody shunned him. Kind of sounds like a gentleman that I heard of way back in 0000 called Jesus Christ. Loved by many, and in the end shunned by all, crucified. Unbelievable to me that still in this modern day we still have like the lynch mob out there ready to pick up their pitchforks, pick up their bow and arrow, what have you, you know, and anymore, you know, I don't mean pick up their bow and arrow. What I mean is they pick up their computer, they pick up their video camera, they get down on their computer and they type out a few quick sentences in against somebody, And the next thing you know, it creates a public mockery and outcry. It does. You know, Paterno, he was loved by a lot of people. Sandusky, you know, he's a mixed up man. Now, number one, when this all happened and he was caught by that one guy, the guy should have in the locker room, you know, because he was in a locker room. He was in a locker room. Should have picked up a baseball bat right then and there and smashed that guy right over the head. But he didn't do that. He went to his head coach. Now, you know, there's a lot of passing the buck here. Growing up in an age of innocence that Paterno grew up in, he didn't know how to handle it. Like, people are like overlooking that part. They're overlooking what generation this gentleman grew up in. A guy that was loved by so many people, that did so much good. And in the end, because he didn't do one thing right. Now look it might have been huge. And I agree with that. And I don't condone anything like hurting of children or scarring them for life or anything like that. When you're not qualified to handle something, you call people that know what to do. I am not qualified to change the engine on my car. That doesn't mean I'm going to go out there and change the engine on my car. I'm going to call a mechanic to do it. I'm not going to sit there and get involved and tell the mechanic what kind of a job he's doing while he's doing it. I'll know in the end when I start up the car if the job was done right. Which brings me to my next point. Knowing that the job was done right. Paterno knew that the job wasn't done right and everything got brushed under the carpet. And maybe he should have. You know, maybe we should have done more as a society today to be a better society. Maybe we shouldn't have elected Barack Obama. Maybe we shouldn't have done this. You know, how dare we as Americans look at someone's sex life and shun them for, you know, and I'm talking about Bill Clinton. I just segued over to, you know, Bill Clinton. We as Americans, he was doing a great job being president. He was kicking some severe Badinsky. And all of a sudden, this whole situation with Monica Lewinsky, and here comes the lynch mob, ready to get him. The paparazzi also chased down Princess Diana, and, you know, she's dead today. The paparazzi ruined Paterno's life, and now he's dead. Did he die of a broken heart? Maybe, you know, he was laying in that bed, and he was like, I have no more to live for. Look at what the public has done to me. Look at what the paparazzi has done to me. Look at what the lynch mob has done to me. Today's lynch mob is the paparazzi. They're going around chasing down the scandalous stories of who's screwing who and who's doing this and who's doing that. And all the while, they're probably going home and screwing their dog or something. Who knows what they're doing, you know? Pointing their finger and shaking it. Oh, you should have. You're better than that. You're a representative of the United States of America, and you're a representative of a college, and you're a representative of this, and, you know, they're a representative of the American public and what goes on over our TVs and what the whole world is watching. Because the whole world is watching what they edit, what they say, and how we feel, and our reactions. This is craziness. Complete and utter craziness. What has happened here? You know, who are the true murderers here? Who are the true bad guys? The media, quote unquote, the lynch mob, went after Paterno, and now he's dead. And it didn't take long to get him. Princess Diana couldn't even move anywhere or even go anywhere or even talk to somebody without someone printing a story, and now she's dead. They were chasing her down the road. Or did you forget that story? Now, the paparazzi will be the first one to tell you, I have every right to report the news. They do. They do have every right to report the news. But we as American people, and Princess Diana, and everybody else to be concerned, let's just get off that subject for a minute. We have a right to our privacy as well. We also have the right to hold on. The paparazzi also has the audacity to edit stories and make them the way they want them to sound and whatnot. But don't you think that they have an obligation to the human race, or to the American people, I should say, to report the story correctly and not use their edit buttons so bad to put somebody in a bad light? Paterno lived in an age of innocence. He did. And people just went after this guy, and now he's dead. I think that the true lynch mob here, the people that are really at fault, are the paparazzi. They come in, they edit their things and make people look really, really bad. And then our reactions are just the way that the person behind the edit button always intended it to be. Bad. It's getting out of hand. It's truly, truly getting out of hand. I just, would like to hear from you. I'm sorry that I ranted so long, but then again, I have so much to say about this that it's unbelievable. You as American people have the right to know that the paparazzi are the true murderers here. They killed that man. They killed Diana. Who knows who else they killed? If I sat here for a minute and I thought about it, I could think about a couple other people that they actually went after, switched the story around, misconstrued it, and made them look like crap. And then we as American people went, oh my God, gasp, oh me, oh my. Right? That's what we did. Naturally, because they hit the edit button, and they were probably up going, let's get them. This is bullcrap. What has become of today's investigative journalism? They're messing with us. Did Paterno really do the wrong thing? Did he? And if he did do the wrong thing, did the paparazzi actually break his heart and kill him? Didn't he have a right to pass the information along, knowing that he was from a whole different generation that didn't know how to handle the situation? He didn't know how to handle it. He said that. So I passed it along. Sorry. So here we are now, with questions being raised. I have a lot of questions. Do you have questions? Is the paparazzi gone too far again? How many more deaths? Stories are so bad. Stories are just out of hand. My name is Matthew Judson. And once again, I'm telling it like it is. Thank you.